hash brown casserole, cheesy. Bake at 350. So I take 2 bags of the shredded hash browns and put those into my mixing bowl. This is my Easter dish that I made. And now I'm going to add a healthy amount of garlic seasoning. It's a lot of potatoes, so yeah, a little bit. And then we add some salt. And some fresh Kraft pepper. And with this recipe, I kind of just eyeball the ingredients because I know what consistency I want it to be. And yes, that's me cracking the pepper forever because, you know, it takes forever for it to get out. Add a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese, sharp cheddar cheese in there, probably like a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup. And a can of condensed creamy chicken soup goes in. Stirring that up and realizing that I need more, obviously, which I knew I was going to. So now I'm going to add in some sour cream, and that's a 16-ounce container, and I used about half of it to put in there. So and yes, I was too lazy to use the spoon to scoop it. So now I'm just stirring that up, and then I'll see that I need more to get to the right consistency. So we go in with another can of condensed creamy chicken soup. And I intentionally removed the sound from this video because the stirring with the metal pan was a little obnoxious. So that, and then tapping the spoon off as I was scooping into the pans. Don't think you wanted to hear that. But yeah, this gets to the right consistency with 2 bags of hash browns, and the 2 cans of creamy chicken soup, and about 8 ounces of sour cream, and then like a quarter to a half cup of shredded cheese, and then the seasonings that you saw as well. I actually had this for the first time at a friend's house a long time ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And I was a grown adult and had never had this before. I loved it, so I got the recipe from the guy, and he was a chef. He was probably like, oh my gosh, this girl's ridiculous. She doesn't know how to make hash brown casserole. And that's me tasting it just to make sure the flavor isn't like too salty or not salty enough. And then couldn't find my large casserole dish, so I decided to split it up into 2 dishes there. I don't even know what size the clear one is. I know the marble looking one is 8 by 8, and this glass one, the clear glass one, was the only one that ended up getting finished because there was so much food at Easter. It was so good. Everybody brought something and it was just amazing. But yeah, so I made these 2 and kind of had to even them out. At this point, I'm adding way too much to dish number 1. So when I go and put some in the other one, I have to scoop back out from the first container because there's definitely not enough there. As you can see, very little there, so we're going to scoop and fill that other little guy up. Still not enough, so taking more. And I really need to get like a phone stand of some kind, something to hold my phone, because it's really hard to do everything one-handed while recording. So I'm going to try to work on that. Now, and yeah, you can hear my dryer in the background going off. That creamy melt Kraft cheese is like one of my favorites to put on top of like casseroles or like baked pastas, things like that. It just melts really well. So I added that to, and I think it was like a mixed cheddar. I added that to the top of both of those. Just sprinkled it down. And then after I put the cheese on, then I added a little bit of parsley, as you'll see coming up. And then I baked on 350 for probably about 40 minutes before they were finished. And then I just left them on warm. And I put them in my little Rachel Ray warming containers. I don't know what you'd call them. They zip up and they have a little handle. I got them for Christmas, so it was the first time I think that I used them, but they kept them really, really warm. I didn't have to put them back in warm when we got over to the in-laws' house for dinner. Or, well, brunch, actually, because this was a brunch. But, yeah, so it kept them really warm. And everybody seemed to like it that ate it. And it was a great day. A lot of fun with the kids and all of the family. But yeah, and I didn't show the finished product here just because I was so busy. But you can imagine it's just those with melted crispy cheese on top. But yeah, so try it, enjoy.